The Oregon coast is a rugged and beautiful place, a stretch of land where nature's raw power meets serene beauty. It is known for its towering cliffs that rise majestically from the ocean, the relentless crashing of waves that have shaped the coastline over millennia, and the dense forests that blanket the land, creating a lush green backdrop. But hidden beneath this beauty, there is a mystery that has intrigued and captivated people for generations. The fog that often shrouds the coastline adds to the sense of mystery, as if nature itself is hiding secrets. Legends speak of a lost Spanish treasure buried somewhere along the coast. This treasure, said to be filled with gold, silver and precious gems, has been the subject of countless tales and adventures. This treasure has captured the imaginations of people for centuries. Adventurers, historians and treasure hunters alike have scoured the coastline, driven by the hope of uncovering this hidden fortune. The legend of the lost treasure is shrouded in mystery. Ancient documents and maps with cryptic symbols have surfaced over the years, each one adding to the enigma and fueling the quest for discovery. Some believe it is buried on a remote island, a place untouched by time and human interference. These islands, often difficult to reach, are perfect hiding spots for such a treasure. Others say it is hidden in a secret cave, concealed by the rugged terrain and accessible only to those who know its exact location. These caves, dark and foreboding, add to the allure and danger of the search. But wherever it is, the treasure has never been found. The empty beaches and vast coastline remain silent witnesses to the countless searches that have taken place over the years. The story of the lost treasure begins in the 16th century, a time when the world was being explored and new lands were being discovered. At that time, Spain was a powerful empire, its influence stretching across continents. The Spanish were known for their exploration and conquest, driven by the desire for wealth and power. Spanish ships sailed the seas in search of new lands and riches. These galleons, sturdy and well-armed, were the pride of the Spanish fleet, carrying explorers and soldiers to the far corners of the world. Many of these ships sailed along the Pacific coast of North America, navigating the treacherous waters and rugged coastline. It is believed that one of these ships, laden with treasure, met its fate along the Oregon coast, giving rise to the legend that continues to captivate us today. The Spanish were the first Europeans to explore the Pacific Northwest. Their arrival marked the beginning of a new era in the region's history, bringing with them new technologies, ideas, and a thirst for discovery. They came in search of gold, silver, and other treasures. The allure of wealth drove many expeditions, as stories of vast riches in the New World spread across Europe. These treasures were not just material. They also sought to expand their empire and influence. They also hoped to find a Northwest Passage, a sea route that would connect the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. This elusive passage was believed to be a shortcut to the riches of Asia, and finding it would have given Spain a significant advantage in global trade. One of the most famous Spanish explorers was Juan Rodriguez Cabrillo. Cabrillo's expeditions were driven by the desire to chart unknown territories and claim them for Spain. His journey was filled with challenges, from rough seas to uncharted lands. In 1542, he sailed north along the coast of California. His voyage was one of the earliest European explorations of the West Coast, and it provided valuable information about the region's geography and potential resources. He may have been the first European to see the Oregon coast. This sighting was significant, as it opened up new possibilities for further exploration and eventual settlement in the area. Another famous Spanish explorer was Bruno de Heceta. Heceta's expeditions were part of Spain's continued efforts to explore and secure its claims in the Pacific Northwest. In 1775, he sailed up the coast of Oregon. His journey was marked by detailed observations and interactions with the indigenous peoples, providing a wealth of knowledge about the region. He landed at several places, including the mouth of the Columbia River. This landing was a pivotal moment in the history of the Pacific Northwest, as it established a Spanish presence in the area and paved the way for future explorations and settlements. The Spanish ships that sailed along the Oregon coast were not just ordinary vessels. They were grand galleons, often laden with treasure. These ships were filled with chests brimming with gold, silver and precious gems. The wealth they carried was unimaginable. They carried gold and silver from the rich mines of Mexico and South America. These mines were the lifeblood of the Spanish Empire, providing the riches that fueled their conquests and ambitions. But it wasn't just precious metals that these ships transported. They also carried silks, spices and other valuable goods from Asia. These exotic items were highly sought after in Europe and added to the allure and mystery of the Spanish galleons. The journey was perilous. Sometimes these ships were wrecked in violent storms. The treacherous waters of the Pacific could be unforgiving, and many a ship met its end in the depths of the ocean. Other times they were attacked by ruthless pirates. These sea bandits were always on the lookout for the rich Spanish galleons, hoping to claim the treasure for themselves. When a ship was lost, its treasure often went down with it, sinking to the ocean floor. The cold, dark depths of the sea became the final resting place for countless treasures. Over the centuries, stories of these lost treasures have been passed down through generations. These tales have been told and retold, each time adding a new layer of mystery and intrigue. Some of these stories are based on fact, supported by historical evidence and artifacts recovered from shipwrecks. These findings give credence to the legends and keep the hope of discovering lost treasures alive. Others are embellished with imagination, turning simple tales into grand adventures. These stories captivate the imagination and inspire treasure hunters to this day. But all of them have helped to create the legend of the lost Spanish treasure of Oregon. This legend continues to fascinate and draw adventurers, each hoping to uncover the hidden riches that lie beneath the waves. One of the most intriguing pieces of evidence is the so-called beeswax wreck. In the 1800s, chunks of beeswax were found washed ashore on the Oregon coast. The beeswax was found in large rectangular blocks. This suggested that it came from a shipwreck. Some people believe that the beeswax came from a Spanish galleon that wrecked off the coast of Oregon in the 17th century. The galleon is said to have been carrying a cargo of beeswax from the Philippines to Mexico. Section 5. The legend grows. The legend of the lost Spanish treasure of Oregon has been kept alive by storytellers, historians, and treasure hunters. The legend has been featured in books, movies, and television shows. In the early 20th century, a man named John Evans claimed to have found the treasure. Evans said that he found the treasure buried on Neahkahnie Mountain. However, Evans never produced any evidence to support his claim. Section 6. Modern-day treasure hunters. Despite the lack of evidence, many people still believe that the lost Spanish treasure of Oregon is out there waiting to be found. Every year, treasure hunters from all over the world come to Oregon to search for the treasure. These treasure hunters use a variety of methods to search for the treasure. Some use metal detectors to search for buried metal objects. Others use ground-penetrating radar to search for underground anomalies. Still others use scuba gear to search for shipwrecks. Section 7. The search continues. While some search for tangible rewards, others are drawn to the historical puzzle. The possibility of uncovering artifacts from a bygone era, of connecting with the past, is a powerful motivator. The search for the lost Spanish treasure of Oregon is not without its challenges. The Oregon coast is a dangerous place to search for treasure. The waters are cold and treacherous, and the coastline is rugged and unforgiving. Section 8. The allure of the unknown. Despite the challenges, the legend of the lost Spanish treasure of Oregon continues to capture the imagination. The allure of the unknown, the thrill of the hunt, and the possibility of finding a lost treasure are all powerful motivators. The legend of the lost Spanish treasure of Oregon is a reminder that there are still mysteries in the world. It is a reminder that there are still places that have not been fully explored, and that there are still stories waiting to be told. Section 9. Conclusion: the treasure's enduring legacy. Whether or not the lost Spanish treasure of Oregon is ever found, the legend will likely endure. It is a story that has been passed down for generations, and it is a story that continues to fascinate people of all ages. The legend of the lost treasure is a reminder of the power of the human imagination. It is a reminder that we are all drawn to stories of adventure, mystery, and treasure. And it is a reminder that there are still some things in the world that we may never fully understand.